Welcome back to the Vikings crew. Hoping you guys are having a fantastic Tuesday. Today, for me, is Tell the Truth Tuesday. There are 5 Minnesota Vikings players that could be on the bubble for the 2023 season, meaning that they might not be able to play in 2023, assuming that they may have trade value or might have to get released. Now, I got a document about this. 5 Minnesota Vikings that could be on the bubble for 2023. Number 1, wide receiver Jalen Reagor. Now, Jalen Reagor was obviously a huge trade for the Minnesota Vikings. I didn't really agree with getting rid of Ihmir Smith-Marsette, who was getting into his second year with the Vikings. I feel like he could have done really well for them. Honestly, I'd take Ihmir Smith-Marsette over Jalen Reagor, but Jalen Reagor has some stuff to prove. I mean, in the punt returning game, the only big punt return that I actually saw him break off was Week 4 against the Saints. That didn't really go for much. It was about 20 to 30 yards, but it still made the highlight reel. But Jalen Reagor has a lot of potential, and I think he showed that in Philadelphia, but just had a lot of drop passes. He's like kind of like a Nelson Aguilar kind of player that has lots of potential, speed, and can drop passes, though. Well, has dropped passes, but does have some true potential and can actually make a big splash in the league. I haven't lost all hope on Jalen Reagor, but clock's ticking. He's got to improve if he wants to stay for the Vikings in 2023 and beyond. DJ Wonnum, edge rusher, progressing into his 3rd year. Now, first of all, DJ Wonnum, I don't think he's going to stay longer than 2024. Okay? He is a Rick Spielman draft pick, not a Kwesi Adofo-Mensah draft pick. And in our history as Vikings fans of watching Kwesi Adofo-Mensah do his work, we've seen that he basically snapped his fingers and literally Thanos, almost all the Vikings Rick Spielman draft picks out of existence of the team. Like Ihmir Smith-Marsette and a few other players, quite a few actually. DJ Wonnum, I don't see the need to get rid of him, but he still could be on the bubble because he didn't really prove much in 2022. Well, that and he didn't really get many chances and many reps-ish. That last part's debatable. But DJ Wonnum can do better. But his best year was in 2021. DJ Wonnum as a rookie, I don't know how he was able to do this with Everson Griffin and Danielle Hunter both out with injuries. Well, Everson Griffin was out for something else personal. Not really an injury, but you know what I mean. DJ Wonnum led the team in sacks. He led the team in sacks, which was just absolutely unbelievable. I cannot believe that he did that at such a young part of his career, or such an early part of his career, I should say. DJ Wonnum, from weeks 15 to 18 of 2021, he showed a lot of his talent and a lot of his skills. And he showed it even earlier in the season. Week 5 against the Lions, had a nice sack against Jared Goff. And a few other games too. He even had in 2020. Oh yeah, that's right. He was a rookie in 2020. Sorry guys. He was a 2020 rookie, not a 2021 rookie. All right, scratch that. DJ Wonnum was a rookie in 2020, not 2021. My apologies. But in 2020, he also had a nice strip sack against Aaron Rodgers to win the game in week 8. Yes, week 8. Great player. DJ Wonnum. But he hasn't proved much in 2022 other than a sack in week 1 against Aaron Rodgers, who was trying to roll out the pocket on 3rd and 6, but got crushed by DJ Wonnum. But, on the bubble, we'll see what he can do this year, assuming that he does get to play. Jonathan Bullard, he had a nice little start to the 2022 season in week 1 against the Packers. He was part of a good run-stopping game. Could he play really good at a 5-tech spot? I feel like Harrison Phillips and more players, even more, could take over that spot, including James Lynch, who I think can actually make a big splash for the team. Where does that leave Jonathan Bullard? That is a pretty good question. So Jonathan Bullard, from here and then on, he's got some more to prove. Let's hope that he makes a splash in training camp, gets some more, maybe some first team reps, or at least working with the second team, and just doing great from there on. And number 4, Cameron Bynum. Now, this one has to be the most frustrating one because Cameron Bynum has so much skill, so much talent, and I feel like he overstayed his starting welcome for the Vikings, and I feel like Josh Metellus, as the times go on, he could eventually take over Cameron Bynum's spot. But stylistically, if that's a word, Cameron Bynum and Lewis Cine, young safety out of Georgia, they're not exactly the same safety, right? They're not exactly the same safety, and I feel like Lewis Cine could still take over um Cameron Bynum's spot. That is a possibility, but like I said, stylistically not the same safety. But Cameron Bynum, he gave up quite a few touchdowns. Uh, it's just really frustrating that a player as good as Cameron Bynum has to be on the bubble for this year. It's really hard, but I can understand why he is on the bubble because he didn't do great. He was playing on a pretty good role, but even though he had a few interceptions this year, including a nice game-winning interception in Week 13 against the New York Jets, I feel like Cameron Bynum is still on the bubble for this year, and I'm not sure if he will be able to play this year. That part is something for Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah to worry about. Now, I know the Vikings might want to take a step back on Lewis Cine, but Cameron Bynum, in terms of work, might be on the bubble for this year, and that part is understandable. When it comes to the 53-man roster, too, he could even be a surprise cut, not even just on the bubble, but Cameron Bynum could be a surprise cut for the team. And I wouldn't say that I'm surprised if that happened. And in the 2022 training camp, Cameron Bynum played extremely well. Also, he took the starting job over Lewis Cine in 2022 in the season as well. But Lewis Cine had a couple of injuries, so that not a factor. Not a factor. That's the only reason that Cameron Bynum got the starting job. Otherwise, Lewis Cine would be taking over his job really hard. But yeah, Cameron Bynum on the bubble for sure. And he gave up too many touchdowns, too many catches, and just let the receivers it can pick past him, And also didn't do well against quarterback ratings either. But it is what it is, and he might be a surprise cut for the team. That part is not surprising, but I hope that he can stay for at least one more year. But for now, he's on the bubble. And next up, last one, the fifth one, King Kene Nwangwu. Should put that there, actually. Nickname, King Kene Nwangwu. Was the best kick returner in the league in 2021. He proved it for sure there. You should watch his tape from weeks 9 to 12 of the 2022 season. Of the 2021 season. He did some great things there, including a huge kick return touchdown, a 98-yard kick return touchdown against the Ravens, and another 90-plus yard touchdown on a kick return against the 49ers. And then last year, 2022, had a nice kick return touchdown against the Patriots on Sunday night against the Boston Patriots. I love it. I love King Kene. 97-yard touchdown against the Patriots. What can I say? King Kene loves to score touchdowns, whether it's against the Boston Patriots or the 49ers, the San Francisco 49ers, or the Baltimore Ravens. King Kene loves his touchdowns, and he proved in 2021 that he's the best kick returner in the game. And here's why. He had only 16 chances, the least amount of chances to have a kickoff return. Because place kickers in the league started showing King Kene more respect. All right, kickers in the league showed him a lot more respect by kicking the ball out of the back of the end zone for a touchback because they knew how explosive he was. And the reason why he had only 16 tries was because of that. And he still broke off the highest amount of kick returning average yards and also touchdowns. 2 touchdowns in one season of kickoff return touchdowns. And the dude can run in 99 yards in less than 15 seconds. King Kene Nwangwu, I've timed it now. He can run 99 yards in less than 15 seconds. I timed it, guys. I timed it in those 3 touchdowns. The 98-yard run against the Ravens. I believe it was 99 yards against the 49ers and 97 yards against the Patriots. King Kenny can do some dangerous stuff, but he still could be on the bubble considering that the kicker returning spot is kind of disintegrating a little bit. But he can still do some great things. And he doesn't have to necessarily be on the bubble, and I don't think the Vikings are going to cut him considering the 53-man roster. But if the running back room opens up, and let's say the Vikings trade Dalvin Cook, which I hope doesn't happen, King Kenny, Alexander Madison, Ty Chandler, those kinds of guys, including Dwayne McBride as well, rookie in the 2023 NFL draft, they could all take over the running back room. And King Kenny Wangu can really break away, and he can make some explosive runs. And I have no doubt about that. I'm excited. I'm excited for him. But as of right now, or as of right meow, comedy, love it. But as of right now, King Kenny is on the bubble, just barely hovering at that 5 spot. Well, let us know in the comment section down below. Those are your 5 Minnesota Vikings that could be, that could be on the bubble for the season. But let us know in the comments below. Until next time, as of right now, they're on the bubble. Skol Vikings. Love you all. That's my content.